Oben Electric just expanded their lineup, giving buyers 5 distinct versions of the exact same rorr EZ motorcycle to choose from. On one end of the spectrum, you have a highly accessible entry point. The base model starts at a competitive 89,999 rupees. But if you walk into the dealership and ask for the top-tier Sigma edition, that price tag jumps all the way to 1.37 lakhs. As a buyer, your immediate problem is figuring out if that near 50,000 rupee spread is buying you actual engineering upgrades or just expensive, superficial padding. Because if you look closely at these 5 tiers, the underlying physical architecture is completely identical. To avoid overpaying by thousands of rupees, we have to cut through the marketing tiers and look strictly at the commuting physics. This chart shows a side-by-side spec comparison of all 5 models. Notice that whether you spend 89,000 or 1.37 lakhs, you get the exact same 95 km/h top speed, the exact same 7.5 kilowatt peak motor output, and the identical ARX frame. You also get the exact same LFP battery chemistry across the board. LFP stands for lithium iron phosphate, which is a specific battery cell chemistry known for high thermal stability and a long operational lifespan. The physical ergonomics are completely static as well. Every single model gives you an 810mm seat height and 200mm of ground clearance. The primary engineering variable that actually changes between the first 3 standard models is raw battery capacity. Since you literally cannot purchase a faster motor or a better chassis, every extra rupee you spend strictly buys you either longer distance or dashboard features. Let's break down that distance variable. The standard rorr EZ comes in 3 mapping out the 3 battery configurations. Starting on the left, the entry-level 2.6 unit offers an IDC claimed range of 110 kilometers for that low 89,000 rupee entry price. IDC stands for Indian Driving Cycle, which is a standardized laboratory test used to estimate vehicle range under highly controlled conditions. The flagship 4.4 battery pushes range to 175 kilometers for a 20,000 rupee premium, but it adds 10 kilograms of weight and charging balloons to 7 hours. The middle 3.4 battery maps a solid 140-kilometer range against a manageable 5-hour charge and lighter chassis. Hauling around an oversized heavy battery pack actively degrades your efficiency in stop-and-go city traffic, burning more energy just to move its own weight. For the average commuter, the 4.4 flagship is a trap. The 3.4 tier hits the objective sweet spot for weight, charge time, and cost. However, those advertised 140 and 175-kilometer ranges come with a catch, dictated entirely by the bike's rigid onboard drive modes. To achieve those maximum headline numbers, the rider has to stay strictly locked in eco mode. This chart shows the critical limitation of eco mode. The vehicle's top speed is electronically hard-capped at a sluggish 40 kilometers per hour. Sitting at 40 kilometers per hour is highly impractical for realistic suburban flows, bordering on unsafe. Compare that to the unrestricted Havoc mode, which unlocks the true 95 kilometer per hour capability. But Havoc mode has a catastrophic impact on distance. If you ride the 2.6 model at those speeds, your functional range is slashed down to a mere 50 kilometers. Practical buyers must calculate their daily route viability based entirely on the city or Havoc range figures, completely ignoring the marketing headlines. Then there is the premium Sigma trim level, which is available exclusively for the 3.4 and 4.4 battery variants. Upgrading from the standard 3.4 to the Sigma 3.4 requires a massive 27,000 rupee price leap. For that money, the physical additions you get are fairly basic. First, basic underseat storage. Next, dual USB ports, and a reverse parking mode. This chart illustrates the digital upgrades. The Sigma replaces the basic LED dash with a 5-inch TFT color screen that integrates live navigation and smartphone alerts. Keep in mind, this near 30% price markup yields absolutely zero increase in motor performance, top speed, or battery longevity. The Sigma trim is strictly a convenience tax, a luxury purchase completely divorced from the vehicle's foundational engineering value. This decision matrix assigns the objectively correct model to your commuting life. Start by asking, what is your true daily round-trip distance? If your round trip is consistently under 50 kilometers, you are the budget optimizer. We officially recommend the base EZ 2.6 or the 3.4. By sticking to the lower tiers, you secure the exact same frame, suspension, and peak motor power as the flagship model, while saving tens of thousands of rupees. If you are a premium tech buyer, you should only upgrade to the Sigma 3.4 if you place a strict daily reliance on integrated dashboard GPS and the reverse parking assist. As for the heavy 4.4 battery models, avoid them completely unless you are an extreme high-mileage rider who strictly lacks any daytime charging access. Winning the EV purchasing game isn't about buying the highest numbers on a spec sheet. It requires aligning the underlying physics with your exact daily route.